They threw you into hell, thinking you would break. They whispered lies into the world, painted shadows over your name, and waited for you to crumble. But here you are breathing, you are standing. And deep down, they don't even know the storm they've awakened. Because they never understood this simple truth. Fire doesn't destroy you. It forges you. Every insult, every betrayal, every moment of abandonment, they believed it would extinguish your light. Yet here you are, unburned. Not because they didn't try, not because the world is fair, but because you refused to surrender. They expected fear. They expected hesitation. They expected you to bow, to break, to blend quietly into the background. They expected your dreams to shatter quietly like glass under their heavy hands. But you are not glass. You are molten metal. You are something that bends, reshapes, and emerges stronger than before. Did they think you would stay quiet when the world tried to silence you? Did they think your spirit would wither under the weight of their judgment? They thought your fire could be contained. They thought your soul could be tamed. But what they didn't account for was the truth that burns at the core of you. You were born to rise. You survived the nights that felt endless. You survived the words that cut deeper than knives. You survived the betrayals that left scars too deep to show. And every single time you learned. Every single time you grew. Every single time you looked into the darkness, and it blinked first. Remember the first time you realized the world wouldn't hand you what you deserved? The first time you were told no, or laughed at, or dismissed? It hurt, didn't it? It tore through your chest like a storm ripping through a quiet forest. But pain, you see, is the hammer, and you, my friend, are the anvil. In those dark hours, you discovered something they never wanted you to know. Resilience is born from suffering. Strength is born from struggle. And power is born from surviving when survival seemed impossible. You walked through the fire. You embraced the chaos. You watched your world collapse. And instead of begging for mercy, you asked yourself one question: what am I willing to become? And in that moment, you were no longer their victim. You were no longer defined by their expectations. You became your own definition. Every late night, every tear, every moment you thought you were alone was a building block. Every scar etched into your flesh, every sleepless night, every ounce of pain was fuel. Fuel to rise, fuel to conquer, fuel to become more than they ever imagined. You are the storm they feared. You are the wildfire they couldn't predict. You are the echo in the empty hall they left behind. And then slowly, they started to notice. They saw the fire in your eyes, the unyielding posture, the quiet confidence that grew louder with every passing day. They began to panic. Confusion replaced their arrogance. Fear replaced their smugness. Envy replaced their laughter. Did they really think you'd stay broken? Did they really think you'd allow them to write your story? Did they really believe you were fragile when every trial had forged an unbreakable spine? Every achievement, every rise, every small victory was a dagger to the illusion they created about you. Every step you took forward was a step that left them behind, stumbling in their own disbelief. They never saw it coming, did they? The very person they tried to bury is now sprouting wings, and you learned a secret they never will. The best revenge is your transformation, not rage, not retaliation, not proving them wrong, but rising so high that their opinion becomes irrelevant. You started walking through life with the grace of someone who had survived hell, and with every step, the world began to bend. The winds that once knocked you down now whispered your name with respect. The storms that once threatened to drown you now danced around your feet, honoring your presence. You became the calm in the chaos, the eye of the storm. They tried to shake you, but you had learned to float on fire. They tried to suffocate you, but you had learned to breathe through smoke. They tried to blind you, but you had learned to see through the darkness. And as the years passed, something extraordinary happened. They began to question themselves. Their envy turned into obsession, their fear turned into recognition, and their disbelief turned into quiet, impotent rage because they could not stop what they did not understand. You are not just surviving anymore. You are thriving. You are not just a fighter. You are an architect of your destiny. Every challenge you faced became a brick in your foundation. Every betrayal, a chisel shaping your character. Every lonely night, a spark that ignited your ambition. Remember the nights when they laughed at your dreams, the nights when they whispered that you would never rise. And now, do you see the irony? The very voices that tried to break you are now echoes in the background as you claim what is yours, and it feels effortless because you no longer seek permission. Can you see it? The crown is not just a symbol, it is the weight of every battle, every tear, every sleepless night that carved your name into the universe. Can you feel it? The stars do not shine on the meek. They shine on the relentless, on the unyielding, on those who transformed pain into power. And you are radiant. You have learned the art of indifference, not out of cruelty, but out of mastery. You no longer crave validation. You no longer chase approval. You have become the force that moves the world quietly, powerfully, and with unwavering purpose. Do they see it now, or are they still trapped in their cage of doubt, watching you soar, wondering why they never controlled the fire that now belongs entirely to you? This is your story, the story they never wanted to witness, the story that proves greatness is not given, it is claimed, and it is claimed by those who endure, who fight, who rise from the ashes. And now, here you stand, not in the shadow of fear, not in the echo of doubt, not in the chains of expectation. You stand as royalty, not born into it, not gifted, but forged through trials, molded through fire, and crowned through unwavering resolve. They cannot shake you. They cannot define you. They cannot even comprehend the magnitude of your growth. And the beauty of it? You don't need them to. You don't need anyone to recognize your power because you know it. You feel it. You embody it. Every step you take leaves a mark on the world. Every breath you draw resonates with purpose. Every glance you give holds the weight of someone who has conquered the impossible. You have become unstoppable. You have become a force of nature. You have become you. And the ultimate victory, the sweetest triumph, is this. You are free. Free from their expectations. Free from their doubt. Free from the chains they tried to wrap around your spirit. Free to live, to create, to soar. Free to become everything they could never imagine. So remember this. Every time the world tries to knock you down, fire does not destroy. Fire transforms. Pain does not imprison. Pain empowers. Betrayal does not break. Betrayal awakens. You are not the victim of their lies. You are not the prisoner of their jealousy. You are not the shadow of their expectations. You are the light they could never dim, the storm they could never tame, the royalty that rose from ashes. Look into the mirror. Look at yourself and remember, every scar, every tear, every sleepless night was a crown in disguise. Every challenge, every doubt, every betrayal was a throne being built. And now, here you are, standing, rising, thriving, unstoppable, free, royalty. They threw you into the fire, thinking you would break. They whispered their doubts, laughed at your dreams, and waited for you to crumble under the weight of their expectations. But here you are, breathing, standing, unbroken. They expected fear. They expected hesitation. They expected silence. They expected you to bow and disappear into the shadows they had crafted. But you are not made of glass. You are molten metal. You are storm and flame and unshakable force. Did they think the nights of tears, the moments of doubt, the betrayals that cut deeper than knives would defeat you? They didn't know the truth that lies inside every soul that refuses to surrender. Resilience is born from suffering. Strength is forged in struggle. Power is awakened in the ashes of despair. Every scar you carry is not a weakness. It is proof that you endured, proof that you survived, proof that you rose when they thought you would fall. Every sleepless night, every lonely moment, every whispered word meant to diminish you has become your armor, your fire, your throne being built brick by brick. You walked through the storm, you embraced the chaos, you looked into darkness and refused to blink. And slowly, slowly, the world began to notice. They saw the fire in your eyes, the quiet confidence that grew louder with each passing day. Their envy became apparent. Their fear replaced arrogance. They could feel the shift in power, but they could not stop it. Did they really think you'd stay broken? Did they really believe your spirit could be contained? Every victory, no matter how small, became a dagger to the illusions they tried to impose on you. Every step forward was a reminder. You are not their creation. You are your own. Every challenge, every obstacle, every betrayal was not the end. It was the forge that shaped you into royalty. And now, you move differently. You walk with purpose, with calm indifference, with the quiet strength of someone who has survived hell and returned unscathed. The storms that once threatened to drown you now swirl around your feet, honoring your presence. The chaos that once terrified you now dances in rhythm with your heartbeat. Can you see it? The crown is not a symbol. It is the weight of every trial, every tear, every sleepless night that carved your name into the universe. The stars do not shine on the timid. They shine on those who rise through fire, through pain, through betrayal, and refuse to be broken. Do they see it now? Or are they still trapped in their cage of doubt, watching as the very person they tried to destroy becomes unstoppable? The beauty of your rise is that it does not depend on them. Their recognition is irrelevant. Your power is self-born. Your victory is self-earned. Remember this: fire does not destroy, it transforms. Pain does not imprison, it empowers. Betrayal does not break, it awakens. You are not a shadow of their lies. You are not a prisoner of their jealousy. You are not the echo of their doubts. You are the storm they could not tame, the wildfire they could not contain, the royalty that rose from ashes. Stand tall. Look into the mirror. Every scar is a crown. Every challenge is a throne. Every moment you thought you were alone was preparation for the life you were destined to claim, from ashes to royalty. And nothing will ever take that from you.